All right, what's up, guys? Above average. So I got first place at the Catskills Regional with Kashtira, surprisingly. What's really cool about this regional, they actually gave prizing for first place. For I think top 8 got prizing, and first place got 2 boxes of yugioh. So it's actually pretty cool. And the deck box, I actually just went there for the deck box. I think this is really nice compared to the pink one. I mean, I like the pink one, but I think this looks like really sleek. So I always wanted one of these. So yeah, I went 9-0, undefeated. I was the only undefeated in the event. I lost 2 games the whole day, and one was to Labyrinth, which I completely bricked, and I also lost a game to Vanadium, which was a big misplay. So that, it happens. But other than that, pretty much undefeated. So my losses were just a brick hand and to misplay. My matches were 3 Labyrinth, 2, what are they called? Fire Kings. Then I had, not in any order because I don't remember the order, but I had an Orchist, a Marincess, Vanadium, which was the last round, and a Fire King, a Rescue Ace. So 9 rounds. Okay, so I'm gonna go through the deck profile, and I'm gonna go through it pretty quickly, just because I have a bunch of these on my channel, and like, if you watch any of them, I kind of just repeat myself. So I'm gonna just say what was like MVP pretty much. So basic, 3 Fenrir, 3 Unicorn, 3 Rise Heart, the 1 Scareclaw, and the 1 Ogre. Of course, this is the lineup that I always played since the YCS, and I think this is definitely correct. Oh, I want to note that I also, before this, I won 4 locals in a row, which all consisted of like more than 20 people, so that was pretty good. So I had the 4 local wins, and then this weekend I had this the regional win. So I don't know how many first places that is, but it's quite a lot. So how many wins it is, but yeah, 3 Ash, 3 Shifter. I drew Shifter a decent amount of the time. I mean, it wasn't like, I shifted like almost every game or like whatever. It was all right. Ash was good, and normally I also play Imperm, but I decided to cut Imperm, and I think there's a big reason why. I always see myself like using Imperm, and like most decks, they have a way to push, or like it just doesn't do enough against most decks, and if it doesn't get you there, then you're playing with 1 less card in your hand, right? And the same logic kind of applies to Ash Blossom, but the fact that this is really good against Vanadium, even if you, not Vanadium, Labyrinth, even if you draw it for turn, but it's also good like against branded or like random decks, and the fact that it's a level 3 tuner is really cool. So I didn't want to play too many hand traps. I just wanted to play the ones that I for sure wanted to see, right? And it was Shifter and Ash. I just played more utility cards this time. Now for the spells, quickly, is just obviously the 4 planets, the 3 birth, the 3 theosis, the 3 prosperity. MVP card, the card that everyone laughs at, is the triple Raigeki. So I feel like I need to talk about this a little bit. I have, again, on my channel, I have another video about Kashtira that and the reasons why I play this card, but yeah, I mean, going first, right? It's a 50% chance you're going to go first, and it's a 33% chance you're going to see this going first. So if you run the numbers, it's actually like, it doesn't happen as often as you think in a tournament. But going second, you're drawing a 6th card going second, right? So it's a higher percent chance you're going to see it going second than you are going to see it going first, even though it's slight. But especially with a deck like Kashtira, like it's very hard for your opponent to like OTK you, right? And if they don't, you having the Raigeki for the, for the turn 3 is game winning. And this was for sure the absolute best performing card in my whole entire deck. Even hitting like the ladies, and stuff like that, if they don't have set cards, is really good. It baits everything, right? They need to use their effects. If they have a SP, they have to chain their SP, which is really powerful, and everyone's ending on SP. Almost everyone's playing Fenrir, so you're probably playing Fenrir, right? You're playing Fenrir, you're playing SP, so like me having Raigeki clears those cards, and this was for sure definitely the reason why I think I won this regional. Every single time I saw it, it was amazing. Even if I saw 2, it was amazing. So I took the Jeremy Mitchell approach, where he played triple Dark Hole in his national winning list, and I kind of did the same thing. But since no one's playing Ibli anymore, I decided to play Raigeki, and it definitely performed. So I swapped my imperms for Raigekis pretty much, And it's also a really good, easy card to side out, which is important. Double Cosmic, so I kind of wish I played a third. This card overperformed. Like I said, like the utility cards in this deck, you want to play cards that like for sure will have an impact against certain matchups. So the fact that this covers a lot of decks is really cool. The fact that it's good going first and going second is really cool. It's also, again, a really easy side out card. And then instead of playing the third Cosmic, I decided to play Duster just because I was really scared of Rescue Ace, but I only ended up playing against one. No, I played against one. So, I mean, it didn't come up there, but it was still good in like other decks, so that's pretty cool. That was pretty good. Then the one Call by the Grave, again, I was scared of Vanadium and Labyrinth, and this card is just really, really good against Labyrinth, really good against Tier and stuff like that, so I definitely wanted to have this card in the main. And I also expected a lot of people to play Hand Traps in the main, and I also expected to play against Fire Kings. So this is just a really safe card in the main, even though it's a one-of, right? Just like my one-of Talent and my one-of Monster Reborn. So these are like my 3 one-ofs, but they all fulfill similar roles, right? First of all, since I'm not playing multiples of talents or whatever, I can never brick on it. I can never draw multiple talents. If it's going to be bad, thank God I'll only have one, right? Because then I'm not going to I'm not giving myself the ability to draw multiples or have multiples in a dead matchup or in a dead scenario. And obviously you could draw these cards more going second, right? It's a higher % chance you're going to draw these cards going second. You could dig through these cards through Prosperity, so that's really cool. But they all fulfill a similar role, which is that they let you push through a hand trap or let you push through disruption. So I thought that was really cool. Monster Reborn, probably Raigeki was probably the best spell card in my deck. This was probably the second best spell card in my deck. You know, just on the clapback, just Monster Reborn. It's insane, right? Or if your opponent has Fenrir, you could Raigeki and then Monster Reborn and then Fenrir, and then you have full combo even though you bricked. So I think these cards definitely contributed to my success. The last card is the Preparation that I always play. Again, people say, what's the end board? I think like 20 people asked me that question yesterday, and I get DMs about that all the time. But if you shifter, you always just set this up, and then, you know, even if your cards get banished, doesn't matter, right? And what people tend to do is they go SP and they banish your Shang, and once they banish your Shang, you could reborn it off your Preparation. So that's pretty cool. Now onto the extra deck pretty quickly. One Shang, you don't need any more. One Kashtira Dark Armed. This card is the second best card in your whole extra deck. I would probably play 2 of this, and I think I'm going to play 2 of this. Instead, I played the Moth. This card, it didn't come up, but it's been coming up a lot online, actually. Like, just like attacking directly if your opponent has a really big monster and then going into Zeus, it's pretty cool. It also could be good in, like, when you're getting close to time, but again, that didn't come up. I never went into time this whole event. Then another number monster is the big guy, and then the Harmonizer. Harmonizer is really, really good. I feel like I go into this card almost every single game. Like against Labyrinth, it's really good. Against Vanadium, it's really good. Against Tier, it's really good. Rescue Ace, it's even pretty good. You go into this pretty often, honestly, and I find myself ending on it a lot of the time. So then the one Flare Metal. You could end on Flare Metal Shang, which I did a couple of times, and it makes your opponent play really, really weird. Like, they don't want to commit too many cards because they're going to be burning life points. So although they won't be in the threshold to game them, this card makes them play really, really weird. So I really like this card. Then we have the Typhon and the Zeus, which you pretty much have to play. And then the combo that everyone knows about now is the Link Spider combo with the G-Golem and the Heat Soul. Obviously, you're playing this anyway, right? Because you want to out skill drain, right? But what's really cool about this combo is that if you do open that 2-card combo, which is Unicorn and Rise Heart, or Fenrir and Unicorn, you know, in any combinations of the spell cards, whatever, you can go into this combo. I do want to note that I only went into this combo like maybe 3 times the whole event. You don't go into it that often, and you don't want to like push it too much, because you could like kind of make yourself lose if you go into this combo. But if you shifter, you don't go into it, right? If you like going second, you're not going to use these cards, so it doesn't come up that often. But you know, it's pretty cool. I like how it's an option in the extra deck, right? It has nothing to do with the main deck, and these slots wouldn't be better cards in the extra deck, right? You're not going to use these slots anyway, so the fact that you have this accessible to you is pretty cool. You know, a really high ceiling combo that could come up sometimes. That's cool. I notice a lot of people, and like the guy Luke, he plays access code and IP. I personally don't think that's correct. I think you always want to go SP, just because like we know what we lose to. Every Kashtira player knows what we lose to, right? We lose to Talents, we lose to Thrust, we lose to Evenly, we lose to Nibiru, like those really blowout cards. So why would you go into IP, right, if that plays into Nibiru or like plays into those cards? So I think the fact that, SP also banishes a card in your graveyard to fuel your preparations, and it's just good against everything. There's no need to go into IP, and like the fact that you're gonna get a read if they have Nibiru, like how are you gonna do that, right? They could still have Nibiru, and I think this is just the better play, just to always go SP, and it also gives you another extra deck slot. And I know people play access code. I think the fact that this doesn't come up often, like it doesn't come up that often, and like the fact that you're gonna do this and then go into access code is not gonna come up. Maybe it'll come up once a tournament, if that. What I will do though, moving forward, is I'm 100% cutting the Moth and playing the BLS Link 3, just because I think that card is like a bomb card in the extra deck, and you could always use a level 7, right? It's also really, really good against Labyrinth because it can't be targeted or destroyed by card effects. And once you attack over something and you could boost it to like, 45, I think it becomes like a boss monster in the extra deck that you could kind of go into in the mid game against Labyrinth, and that could seal the deal. It's also pretty good against Rogue and like certain tight situations. So that's definitely what I'm going to play moving forward, is taking out Moth and playing the BLS Link. And yeah, I'm not going to play IP or access code. I just think they're not going to come up. And I've played this deck for like a lot. I played this deck a lot of tournaments, a lot of regionals. I played this combo a lot, and it's yeah, it just simply doesn't come up for me. And then the Barone, really good for the simplified game states. Now, something that for sure contributed to my success is the side deck and the side deck ratios. So 2 Lava Golem, you don't want to play more, you don't want to brick with it. Sometimes I only sided in 1, to be honest, just because of how side patterns work. But yep, 2 Lava Golem, 3 Droll. I only put this in against Vanadium. Even against Fire King, I kind of like I couldn't even fit 3 in my deck because I didn't want to start taking out Engine. So I don't know if I would keep playing 3, but I put it in, but I never saw it throughout the whole event, so that kind of sucks. Bell's really good. Obviously, I played against 3 Labyrinth. My round 1, 2, and 3 were all Labyrinth. So this came up. It was pretty good. Other than that, I put it in against Fire King, but I didn't see it. And again, it's a level 3 tuner, so that's pretty cool. Then for spells, I played 1 Lightning Storm. You could play 2, but again, I'm playing Pot of Prosperity, I'm playing Talents, and like, you're going second, so it's a higher chance of seeing it. And I definitely can't afford into an established board to see multiples. And I have triple Raigeki, right? Like, I want to see triple Raigeki and Duster, but I don't want to see multiples of Lightning Storm. So I think this bumps up the numbers a good amount to see a blowout going second card. It's also really good against Rescue Ace. That's why I decided to play it. And then for sure, these cards were really, really good. The games that I lost, I just put it in these cards and it secured my win going first. I think you should always be prepared for going first. What people tend to do is they side for going second. They have a lot of going second cards in their main deck, but that's assuming you're putting in those cards when you're winning a game, right? So you should always have a backup plan, right? Just in case you lose. And these cards cover what my deck loses to. So that's why I chose to play these cards. And they were so good that I decided to play a 4th in the form of Solemn Scolding. So you're never really going to have set cards because you're siding out the Cosmic sometimes and the Call By sometimes. And if you have these, let's say, set, you could use the Judgment first, and then you could have lastly the Scolding, right? And you always have Birth and Preparations up. So you're never having set cards. And this card was absolutely insane. Every single time I saw it, it was good, which was once because I only went first twice. And then again, just to continue with this logic, I played 2 Anti-Spell just to cover what I lose to. I don't want to play 3 just because I can't afford to like draw a Unicorn and like a brick hand. And then since a lot of people are playing hand traps, if I get hand trapped on the Unicorn and then I set this, I could kind of fold to myself and make myself lose, right? So I think playing 2 is like the sweet spot, and it makes it so you're not like drawing redundant hands, you're not drawing multiples of these, so it reduces the chance of bricking, but it's still in your deck and you can still see it, right? You're playing Prosperity, you're playing maybe you're playing the Heat Soul combo, you're drawing a card through that, you're thinning your deck a lot through a lot of Kashtira cards, so you have a really high chance of seeing any of these going first when you lose a game. And I think that's a really good mindset to have, and always be prepared for when you're going first. So that's pretty much it. It was a really nice event, to be honest. I mean, I think I included almost every single tip I have in my YouTube channel. You know, I have a tip series where I just provide like Yu-Gi-Oh tips for playing Yu-Gi-Oh and trying to become an above average player. And I think I used almost every single tip that I mentioned to help me win this regional. So thank you very much for watching. Thank you for your time, and more cash videos coming up.